Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Final Fantasy 1 Let's Play, the ROM Hack Final Facelift, Part 3. Still don't completely have my lighting set up just yet, and once again, like last time, I did a teeny bit of level grinding. Everyone's level 5 now, and they even have their first level 3 spell slots, which, again, aren't gonna do them any good for a little bit. I got tons of money. We're gonna do some shopping in the new town. And also, like before, there are things that I messed up before, things that I got wrong, and I made some notes. Let's see. First thing I forgot to mention was that in battle... Well, let me get into a battle. Okay. Normally, in the original Final Fantasy on NES, before non-hacked, the player and enemies would be in separate boxes. Like, all of the players would be in one tall rectangular box, and all of the enemies would be in their own square box. The hack merged them together. And it was not something that I noticed right away for some reason. It's a very subtle thing. All they basically had to do was remove a couple of white lines. So let's see. Let me kill off these wolves, and then I'll talk about the wolves and goblins, and then I'll talk about some other stuff. Oh, another thing that I did not notice, I assumed that the white mage sprite was exactly the same as it was before. It's not. That's just the white mage sprite that I'm used to seeing. Yeah, that's the white mage sprite from Final Fantasy 3. The actual one has like a side profile. Speaking of white mages, you probably noticed that I made a title card for this series. A cute little chibi white mage showing off her bare feet. Because I noticed she was barefoot in the last episode. If you don't want that image in the bottom left corner, let me know and I won't do any more episodes with anything in that corner. Because I like using that corner for notes. Goddamn, finally. Holy shit. I don't know why those warriors are still so tough. It could just be that my equipment isn't up to date. Okay, couple of things more. There are more sprites that I noticed that were different. I ran into an ogre, which its sprite was different. It was from Final Fantasy 3. And, the lizard enemy. It's still called lizard in this. I think its name in the PSP version is Basilisk, but that might just be one of its palette swaps that we'll run into later on. I'm not sure. But I did run into an enemy called the Giant Worm, and I know for a fact that in the remakes, they call it a Gigas Worm. So, there are a lot of official localizations that weren't in this hack because this hack actually predates them, which is crazy. Help! You gotta be more specific. I mean, it'd be more believable that you were in trouble if you were maybe running around faster. And this guy with the blue mohawk. This town has been invaded by pirates. I'm pretty cool with it though. Rest at the inn. And you probably noticed that this inn is more expensive than the previous one. That's something that I never got about JRPGs, is the further you go into the main story, the more expensive the inns become, which doesn't make any goddamn sense. You'd think that the price of an inn would be based on, like, economy, or traffic, or whatever. Anyway, new black magic shop. What have you got? Oh, not you. Chroma. Sight. I think that cures blindness? Yeah. In the remakes it's called Blindna. Mute is silence, but like I said, that doesn't work. No wait, is this... Oh, this is white magic. Didn't the shop have a black star on the front of it? Oh well. This is A Thunder, which I think in the remakes is called Null Thunder. You cast it, and it makes the target resistant to thunder attacks. And Invis is practically the same as Blink. I didn't get that either. It's really not all that useful. I'm gonna get Sight or Blindna, just so I have something to cure blind with. Oh, okay. I guess it is a lit star, just with a black background. Okay, that's... Oh, I get it. It's the border. Okay. A white border is white magic. Blue border is black magic. That's almost indistinguishable. Anyway, they have Ice here, which is just like Fire and Bolt. It's no stronger, and since elements don't work, then it's still useless to us because it doesn't hit all enemies. Dark is Blind. Again, status effect spells are unreliable in this. Hard? I think that's supposed to be Temper. You use it on one of the fighters, and it increases their strength, so we definitely want that. It's going to be one of the most useful spells we ever get. Slow? Slow is probably only useful against bosses. I'll get it now, why not? Alright, and then we also have a new weapons shop. So let's see what they got here. Iron Hammer, which I think I have already. Battle Axes and Scimitars. Obviously battle axes are better than scimitars, because they're more expensive. Generally, if a weapon is more expensive, it's stronger. I can't really afford any more weapons right now. I just spent a shit ton of money on magic, so I'm gonna have to do more grinding and more waiting before I can afford better weapons. Yeah. Only the beginning of this game is grindy. Only the beginning. Once you get past a certain point, you won't have to grind anymore. By the way, that guy right there, that's the leader of the pirates. So we don't want to talk to him until we're ready. So what's the armor shop? Leather armor again, chain armor again, and now we also have iron armor, leather gloves, and wooden shields. So yeah, there's multiple like equipment slots for each kind of equipment. Like you can have one suit of body armor, one helmet, one pair of gloves, and an accessory, or a shield. Okay, so that's 5, but you can only have 4 on at once. And that includes the magic items that you want to have on you. So if you want to have a lot of cool magic items on you, there is no storage system in this game, by the way. So anything that you want, you have to keep on yourself at all times. Yeah, so if you want to have magic items on you, you need to sacrifice defense. But we don't have any magic items yet, so we have no reason not to get this stuff. I don't think the mages can use shields, so I'm gonna get a couple of shields for Zash and Dune. And I forget who all can wear leather gloves. I think everyone can, but for now, we'll just make it Zash and Dune. So, go to the armor menu, equip that and that, that and that. Now they have even more defense. Okay, that should do us good for now. I don't think there's anything special in the item shop. I think it's the same stuff as before. Oh, plus a cabin. It's weird that they make a cabin available so soon after the tent. Most people in the beginning of the game wouldn't even use a tent. Unless they thought that the game was oh so hard that they needed to rest right outside the Chaos Shrine. But anyway. I am Biggie the Pirate, and surprised I am that you scurvy dogs have the nerve to face me. Mates, get those landlubbers. Biggie the Pirate, and his 9 buccaneers. We got cannonballs of steel to be dealing with the likes of him. Okay, so Sherman can't really do anything right now. She's just gonna be on heal duty, so she'll just attack the pirate in front. And you will start casting hard on Zash and Dune. Make them hard. Metapod used harden. Oh, wow. Okay, these guys aren't as tough as I expected. Why is the boss weaker than the fucking normal enemies I'm running into outside? Whatever. Even the white mage was able to one-shot one. Yep. So, harden Dune up. Not that it's even necessary, since even the white mage can one-shot the bosses. Wow. Pitiful. Just pitiful. Wait, did Chroma one-shot that one? There is no excuse. What, do your pirates have scurvy or something? Okay, you got me. Take me ship, you bilge rats. Also, all of a sudden, I won't be any more bother. I promise. Yeah, in the remakes, he asks if you believe him. Well, I believe him, because he literally does nothing else for the rest of the game. He just stands there. I've decided I'm going to be a more productive member of society. I'm thinking of opening a shoemaking shop. But anyway, now that we've beaten him, he gives up his life of pirating, and we get a ship. Which, if he's as famous as he says he is, everyone should recognize the design of the ship and attack us on sight. They should, but they don't. And we have a ship. However, if you hold in B and hit select, it generates the world map. Now all the flashing white dots are like towns and dungeons and stuff, and that big crosshair in the bottom is where we are. So, as you can see, even though I called it the northern continent earlier, it's more like just the northern half of this continent. There are 3 continents: northwest, northeast, and south. This big one we're on right now is where most of the game takes place. About half of the game, at least half of the game, takes place in the southern continent. Now you'll probably notice in the northeastern continent, looks like a huge bird with the beak in the top right and the wings. Yeah, that's just a teeny bit of lore. They call the town where the eye is the Eye of the Hawk. Just a bit of trivia. It's not important. It doesn't have anything to do with solving a puzzle. But anyway, if you look at the crosshair now, you'll see that we're actually stuck. We're in this sea that is completely surrounded by land. We can't go out into the ocean yet. We had to find a way to get the ship outside of the sea. That's our main goal. That's like our first big goal before we can actually start, the plot. But another thing you can do, what is the button combination? I think it's you hold in B and then rapidly tap A. I think you have to tap A 50 times or something like that. 42 times. Nothing's happening, so it must be you hold in A and rapidly tap B. There we go. Secret sliding puzzle. You can only access this when you're on the ship. But you complete the sliding puzzle. The remakes keep track of your time. But you complete the sliding puzzle. I'm actually pretty good at sliding puzzles. Except that this one doesn't let you highlight the empty space, so... give me a minute. Done. It took me a bit longer than it should have. I'm usually better at these than that, but in the remakes, it times you, and the better your time, the better your prizes you get. Yeah, but now that I've beaten it, you open the menu. Wait a minute. I'm supposed to get something. Did I not beat it fast enough? Or do you not get prizes in the NES version? I expected at least to give you, like, money. Oh well, I just wanted to show it off. Yeah, but we are not done just yet. I don't have the money to buy anything more in town. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go out into the sea. Sahagin, spelled in the D&D spelling. The D&D spells Sahagin with a U, and I think D&D Online pronounces it Sawagin, which is stupid, but most games spell it without the U and pronounce it Sahagin. Yeah, but yet another reference to D&D. Okay, and there we go. Now, all of the enemies in the ocean are the same. Even after we escape this enclosed sea, which is called the Odian Sea, by the way. Even after we escape this sea, all the enemies out in the vast wide ocean are going to be exactly the same. So, if we can handle them now, we can handle them forever. Now, here's the bridge that the king built for us earlier. We can sail under it, and land at that dock that I pointed out to you in the previous episode. We can land here, and go north. Now, these are rivers. They're not the same kind of thing as oceans. You need a different vehicle to cross rivers, which we'll be getting way later. Ah, and here are the exact two enemies that I mentioned before. The ogre, which is a different sprite, and the giant worm, which in the remakes is called the Gigas Worm. So, give me a minute while I kill these guys. Okay. Another part of my notes that I completely forgot about, and that I forgot to mention. Remember when we were in the Chaos Shrine, and I pointed out that the orb was changed into a crystal? That was not one of the 4 crystals that I mentioned before. That's not the Earth, Fire, Water, or Wind crystal. That is the 5th different crystal that no one in this world seems to know about. and that won't come into play until the end of the game. It being there, and us having to go to the Chaos Shrine to fight the first boss, that's all just a teeny bit of foreshadowing. And this is Matoya's Cave. Matoya's Cave is one of the most famous songs from this game. They use it in a lot of other Final Fantasies, but yeah, it's a very, very iconic theme. And we'll be hearing it again, too, in some of the dungeons. Talking Broom. A magic spell? And, of course, that's just backwards. Anyone can tell us backwards. It says push B select. And I've already shown you what that does. It opens the world map. Hello. B select. Maybe it only works outside. That is a lot of skulls. I forget that Matoya has so many goddamn skulls in the NES version. Her cave is much cleaner in the remakes. You know, all of her rooms say the same thing. She has some chests over here, though, that we can rob. Cure potion. Cure potion. And the cure potion. And here's Matoya herself. Where is my crystal eye? I can't see anything without it. Who stole my crystal eye? Yeah, so she's kind of like, those witches from Clash of the Titans, the ones that can't see anything without that crystal eye that they hold. She has one. She can't see anything without it. And someone stole it. So, that's another thing we gotta do, is find her crystal eye and return it to her. One thing that's a little unfortunate about this game is that there is absolutely nothing optional. You have to do everything in order to beat the game. There are no side quests in this. Goddamn Morgs, why are you so tough? Okay, back on the ship. New enemy. Shark. Yep, just a big flying shark. Holy crap, that thing did 44 damage to the white mage in one hit. Oh, I'm out of level 1 spell slots, so I need to get back into town. Alright, before I rest at the inn though, we're gonna talk to Erelon and see one of her new lines. Excuse me? Aren't you supposed to give advice? Is that only in the remakes? Or am I not far enough for you to give me advice yet? I switch between the different versions so often that I can't tell the difference sometimes. Anyway, I got some money, so now I can go back to Provoca and buy me some better weapons. But there's also a new town on the southern side of the sea, and I'm wondering if I should hold off on buying weapons until I get there. Because I seem to be doing pretty well. It's just one trek across the sea. But anyway, I'm a little bit over time. I don't know how short this video will be after I speed some things up, but that's where I'm going to stop for now. So, sorry again for the awkwardness. I am still all new to this, but I thank you all very deeply for watching. The few people who have commented on my videos have been very, very supportive. I've been given some advice, and I really appreciate all of it. So, I'll see you next time.